have the heat on defrost. But it was enough. The phone kept going into... It would display a message describing... Oh, look at that. Oh, that was cool. Yeah, the wind coming off the guardrails here. Almost like a little thing. What was I talking about? Oh, the phone would just display a message about it. The phone needs to cool down, and it would still run both the YouTube app and Maps, but it would put Maps in dark theme mode. I thought that was an interesting behavior, but I guess dark mode uses less energy somehow. So simply recording. I ain't doing anything else, just recording a video, and the phone turned off, or not turned off, but it went back to home screen by itself. We're here on Highway 40, heading towards Folsom. Property is technically located in Loranger, just past the county line, in an area called Uneedus. Last time I drove in the snow, it was with a Volvo 240, a rear-wheel drive vehicle. This is my first time driving in the snow with a front-wheel drive vehicle. And honestly, I'm kind of sad that I won't be enjoying rear-wheel drive drifting this time. But we might still have some handbrake fun. Just gotta find a place where no one's really being bothered. Nice open area, nice flat, no parking pause. Don't really like putting stress on the drivetrain, especially when I have to rely on this vehicle for getting back home. Still nobody behind me. Literally the only person out here, it seems, except for that one truck that we saw head on. Driving this slow on a 55-mile-per-hour road. We're only going about 25. But they don't have equipment. They don't use salt. So I think we're doing just fine. about, where the randomly there'll just be huge ploofs of like a white dusting. See, we're not even on our side of the road now. Alright, let's get back here. You can just make out the yellow line. That's one thing about the road, though. The road is connected directly with the ground, and but it also seems like the road maybe holds on to heat a little bit better, because I noticed that the road was significantly less snow. Like if you took a ruler to it, it took like an inch or two before the road would start to actually hold snow. And you can see back there, we just went over a bridge, how we've got these slush lines, but back on that bridge it was just white compacted snow. This is the 30-mile-per-hour bend before the official Folsom area starts. Towards the center of this road. It's nice that you can see the line because of who's driven over, but that's one thing about the roads in Louisiana. I really don't like them. They are a little skinnier than what I'm used to coming from Florida. Okay. I can't tell if the gas station's open or not. Kind of looks like it's closed. I think we don't need gas, but yeah. There's no one behind us, so we'll take a look. Here's the heart of Folsom right here. Ain't very much to look at, but yeah. There. Yep. We're going to be going towards Covington. Covington is where a Domino's is at. And those suckers never close. Oh, hey look, civilization, there's people here. Thing I was trying to say before the phone actually turned off on the last recording, oh yeah, look at this. We're taking over the middle lane for these tracks. Screw messing with the shoulder. Yeah, okay. I seem to have the problem of finishing sentences, but the roads in Louisiana, again, not being what I'm used to. Florida seems to have a better standard for roads. More of a shoulder. There's not really a shoulder on the roads here. So I can understand people hugging that center line a lot more here than, say, Florida. Not that Florida really gets snow, but the error of margin is very, very small here, which only exacerbates the problem of driving in the snow out here. There's a large number of accidents with snow in Louisiana because, well, no one here knows how to drive. And not just with snow, they don't know how to drive. But also the insurance is really high, which probably is a reflection of that. And then the roads are really skinny. Not sure why, but there's the bridge with the no slush there again. But no shoulder means that you have less room for error, which means more accidents. More accidents means higher insurance. It's, I don't know, it's kind of like, do they not have the money for better roads? I know Louisiana's not really a rich state. Seems like I've got a lot of room for improvement. And then back to the topic of the bridges. If you ever see those signs that says a bridge ices before a road, well, if you ever think about it, it all comes back down to the mass in which the road surface is attached to. There's homes that you can build underground and will have effectively year-round climate control, temperature-wise. The ground has so much mass that when it's cold outside, the ground will actually be relatively warm. And then when it's hot outside, the ground will be relatively cool. I don't know what the range is exactly. Hey, look, little tiny bird. But I've heard 55 degrees, 50 degrees, somewhere in there, which, if that's the case, very cool. That's a very comfortable temperature. Underground homes make sense. But the reason why bridges ice before the road is because the bridge isn't attached to that large landmass. Bridges are suspended. Their surface is elevated away from the ground, and the ground is what is keeping a warmer temperature for longer. So you have exposure on that bridge, both top and bottom, of the colder temperatures. And so the bridge doesn't have any hope but to lower in temperature Highway 25 southbound. Heading from Folsom to Covington. Traveling at 30 miles per hour on a 55 mile per hour road. Don's Barbershop. That's always a landmark. Here in 2017, it was my first year here, and also I got snow twice that year. I was a happy child, that's for sure. But some of the people I worked with, they said that, snow down here is basically once every 10 years. 2017 and 2014, or 2020, well, I guess 2025. So that's 8 years. Really, there's probably an average or loose understanding language, but I wonder what the cycle is, because of course, I think if I understand correctly, this is supposed to be a La Nina year, which is usually indicative of a stronger winter. I guess we'll throw it in fourth gear. Alright. guess they know where the turn lanes are, so they'll take anything they can get. It's pretty cool, though. I quite enjoy this. Probably the only person in a car out here. Everyone else is trucks. Welcome to the countryside. Anyone behind me yet? Nope. Walking around, I didn't hear any trees snapping yet. I did hear someone in the distance with a chainsaw, so that tree over there is kind of leaning. So I'm sure that either a tree is bending down in front of someone's way, or a tree did fall at some point. That, or someone's just making firewood. Who knows? But Louisiana doesn't have... The trees here aren't really made for this kind of weather. A lot of them don't lose their leaves, so they collect more snow, and they get heavier than they normally would. I remember last time it snowed, back with, all the trees snapping and all, I was looking at the trees over the trailer on the property, and I didn't recognize my own property. It was so... The tree line was bending down so far around the trailer, I couldn't see the trailer. I couldn't get to the trailer. A lot of the trees, they don't go up. They kind of go up at an angle off to the side somewhere. It's just the kind of tree it is. And that only exacerbates the leverage in which the tree has to hold. And by the time I was looking for the trailer, again, couldn't recognize my own property. Everything was different. I'm looking, and the tops of the trees were where the bottoms of the trees would also be. Oh yeah, and this is something fancy. I was only here like a month or so ago, and now they've installed a new light. It's not finished yet, but they've installed a new light out here. I don't know if that's Lake Ramsey or whatever street that is, but yeah. Okay. Got a little sideways there for a second. I don't think that was like a black guy situation. At that area was just particularly slushy. And although snow is grip in this situation, snow is also, there's enough mass and like crush resistance to it that it'll move your vehicle. That's why I had to run up against the snow a few times when I first backed out. Oh, it's very wet here, Just having some water spraying off to the sides. used to this this fogginess, and then when I wipe, it's like, wow, I can see. Okay. Still nobody behind me. Snow, kids. You know you're in the country when you drive by a John Deere place. Speed limit down to 45 up ahead. Yep. We are arriving in Covington. There's the Waffle House. Covington's expanding pretty fast too. Just off to my right is a whole new neighborhood that didn't exist just a couple years ago. It's one of those, I don't think it's gated, but it's one of those everyone has the same looking house. It's kind of boring. That's a police officer. He's probably like, what the hell is this guy doing out here? Oh, hey, look, another car. I'm not the only one in a tiny little thing. Semi out here. Man, whose delivery you making today? I think the most concerning part I have here will actually be the bridge. It's a 2-lane bridge, not very wide, and well, it's a bridge. So going up it would be interesting. Probably won't be that bad because this is early into the storm. This area is just all slush. probably have a better idea how to drive out here. I mean, if they're going cross country, they've probably experienced snow several times. But the locals here, haha, good luck. I didn't pass the Domino's, did I? No, I think it's right there. Yep, there's Domino's. Oh, they might be closed. There's not a single car track. Old Domino's. Oh my God, the Domino's is closed. That's okay. That's different. In 2017, this Domino's was cooking. Very neat. Also suck, because all I got to eat is a couple bananas and an apple. Maybe a grocery store, or not a grocery store, a gas station would have something. Maybe they viewed this storm as worse than 2017. I don't know. That's wild, though. Okay. Well, it looks like people are going over the bridge, no problem. So we're going to go over the bridge. Okay. Yep, everything's closed. Don't see that gas station open. I figured I'd see some lights, right? Yeah, you see how the bridge, it's just a hard line. Where it's slush and then all of a sudden not. Yeah. Which actually in this case it might be better for us. It's when the snow melts is when it's a problem. It's not melting here. So as long as you can overcome the resistance of the snow, you actually have grip. And we're past the worst of it. Now we're just in the brake. I'm curious if the lights are even working for sensors and all. I haven't seen a single light change on me yet. There's no defined lines here, man. Snow, make your own lane. Alright, well, Domino's being closed is like the new, if Waffle House is the hurricane bar, Domino's is the winter bar. 'Cause Domino's never closed. And I guess we'll also see if this fucking thing, hey, it works. Okay, cool. A little bit of understeering on that one. No biggie. Look at all the mud that's caked up and frozen behind the people's tires, man. Very cool. I'll go ahead and make a new video.